If you have ever looked through a Google search when you become pregnant and you're trying to figure out what foods are best for you and what are not, and you feel lost, I'm here to share what foods I've been eating to nourish my body and my baby in the best way possible. I'm Juli Bauer Roth, the food, fitness, and lifestyle blogger behind PaleoMG. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to share my favorite wellness, food, and workout tips to help you live your best damn life. Today, we're gonna be talking about pregnancy nutrition. And I am not a nutritionist. I'm not a prenatal nutritionist. I have just done a ton of different research, and I will be sure to link those different resources in the description below. But I wanted to share what I've learned along the way and what foods I'm making sure to get in on a weekly basis to help me nourish my body, as well as nourish this little girl who's growing and will be greeting us mid-July. There are so many different vitamins and minerals that you need during pregnancy, and you need them more than ever because not only are you taking care of your body, but you are growing a human. So it can be very overwhelming when you're looking at all kinds of different things on the internet. I know Google has kind of become my enemy during pregnancy. I'll search for something and then find complete different answers. So it feels very icky, kind of. Honestly, I haven't loved it. So I want to share the foods that I'm eating on a regular basis to make sure I get those vitamins and minerals, and share which vitamins and minerals are in those different foods to help you nourish your body and your little baby at the same time. Let's get started. First and foremost, I'm eating organic, grass-fed, and grass-finished meat. Meat is so incredibly important. It is a necessity for prenatal nutrition. And especially if you're eating meat on the bone, we want to get some of that fat in there because it's going to have things like zinc, B12, and iron. So zinc is going to help with cell growth and brain development. I like to think of zinc as this insane healer. It is a mineral that is going to help support your immune system. It's going to heal things. So I like to use a zinc cream on my face whenever my skin is red because it really heals my skin from the outside in. But you want to make sure you're getting that zinc inside your body. Now, iron from meat, especially meat on the bone, is going to help with making extra blood for you and your baby. And when you are pregnant, you're creating almost an extra pint of blood in your body. So that iron is extra important. And iron is used to move oxygen from your lungs to the rest of your body and your baby. And then B12 is really going to help prevent different central nervous system and spinal defects. So important. Now, while we're staying on the meat front, bone broth is incredible. If you can get grass-fed or pasture-raised bone broth, that is going to be best. There's so many different brands on the market now, some that are shelf-stable, some that you're gonna find in the freezer. And bone broth is going to have things like glycine, which is used for DNA synthesis, and collagen as well. So that glycine is going to be really important for not only building the building blocks of your baby, but it's going to be really beneficial, especially postpartum, because of the glycine and because of the collagen to help you heal from the inside out. Next up is pasture-raised eggs. Eggs are so important, especially the egg yolk. The egg yolk is where all the nutrients is. There are all kinds of different eggs on the market now. You'll see organic, you'll see cage-free. If you can buy the pasture-raised, that's gonna be the most important because those chickens are out running free, and those are gonna be the ones that have the best quality egg. Now, eggs, especially the egg yolk, are rich in choline. Now, choline is really important for your baby's brain development. We're trying to make that strong, healthy brain. And eggs also have DHA, which have shown higher childhood IQs later on. So make sure you get those eggs on a regular basis, especially the yolks. Now, something that not everybody loves, liver. And there are mixed opinions on liver out there, but liver is about as nutrient dense as it gets. You're gonna find about every mineral in liver. And oftentimes people think vitamin A is very toxic. You have to consume a crazy amount of vitamin A to have any vitamin A toxicity, and the synthetic versions are what you wanna worry about, not this pure bioavailable version from liver. Vitamin A is going to help with the development of your baby's heart, lungs, kidneys, eyes, and bones. It's very important. And there's some research out there that shows a deficiency in vitamin A is actually more detrimental. So liver is really important. There's all kinds of ways that you can take liver, whether you want desiccated liver pills, if you want to do liver shots, I have a post about that on my blog. You want to cook up liver. One of my favorite ways to eat it is through liverwurst. I buy mine from US Wellness Meats, and it comes almost in a little sausage packet, and it has a ton of spices in it. So I just cook that up like I would a sausage, and then I eat it with a little hot sauce. It's pretty dang good. Highly recommend that with some runny yolks on top. Now, fish. Oftentimes women are a little nervous to eat fish because there's so many mixed opinions out there about mercury content, about getting listeria, depending on where you're getting your fish and if it's raw, it's cooked, so many opinions. But the most important thing is that you're getting fish on a regular basis, especially when you're sticking with some of that fish like cold water fish, such as salmon, which is really rich in DHA and vitamin D, or those smaller fish. So I love things like sardines. I make a sardine salad, just like I would a tuna salad, and I'm getting that lower mercury content. The smaller the fish, the lower the mercury, but don't be afraid to eat fish. You can stay away from those bigger fish like swordfish or shark, but those smaller fish are going to be really important because getting at least 12 ounces of fish per week has proved to show higher childhood IQs. Woo! All that brain development. The fish I try to eat every single week includes salmon. I always get wild caught salmon from Butcher Box. I like to do sardines, so I make my sardine salad. I can link the recipe on my Instagram below. And then I like to do my oyster snack, and I have a video that I'll link as well. So these three things I eat on a regular basis every single week to make sure I'm getting all those different vitamins and minerals. Now let's get into some full fat dairy. I didn't eat dairy for years and years and years because of paleo. I stayed far away from it. But the more research I did, the more that I felt like it was an essential part of creating a really healthy baby. Dairy contains things like calcium and K2. This is going to help build strong bones in utero so that baby's coming out strong, ready to go. And then also the K2 can help normalize your blood sugar. So you're not going to feel those spikes where you need to eat a ton of food because you're feeling so ravaged. It's going to really help your blood sugar throughout the day. This is me personally, and I'm not recommending this for anybody. I do raw dairy, and you'll see there's very mixed opinions about that. I have a blog post all about raw dairy, how I find my raw dairy and why I started consuming it. And I've felt so good ever since. So I like to do raw milk as well as raw cheese. If you don't feel comfortable with these options, no problem. Most of the milk on the market is pasteurized, so you don't have to worry about that. Now let's get into some produce. Leafy greens are incredibly important during pregnancy. They're gonna be packed with things like B vitamins and folate. Folate can help prevent some major birth defects in the central nervous system and the spine. So it's very important to get folate on a regular basis. And then I love to do different types of fruit that are in season. So right now I've been eating lots of citrus and lots of kiwi because that's what's in season right now. Find what fruits are available in that season that you're in. If you can go to farmers markets, you can find even fresher produce. And fruits are gonna have a wide range of vitamins and minerals, plus they have fiber, so that's gonna keep you fuller, longer, and satisfied, and it's a great snacking option. Now, last but not least, electrolytes. Really water and electrolytes. Electrolytes are really important whether you're pregnant or not, but when you are pregnant, you have more blood, you're building more tissues, including a new organ and a baby, and you have amniotic fluid. So electrolytes are more important than ever. I really love starting my day with coconut water. I like to buy small canfuls, and that's what I have first thing in the morning. I kind of cut out my decaf because I just felt like I didn't want to give this little baby caffeine, so I switched to electrolytes first thing in the morning to get something different than water in. The three things I like to drink on a regular basis include coconut water. It's a great, really natural source of electrolytes. Element, which is LMNT. It's a salt packet, and I usually use half because they're pretty sweet and salty at the same time, and I don't feel like I want an entire packet all at once. I love having that, as well as a brand called Good Anya. They have a hydrate drink that has coconut water, it has salt in it, has a couple other ingredients that are fantastic. And when I was dealing with restless legs, whenever I get my electrolytes in, I don't deal with that anymore. So if you're dealing with that in pregnancy, it might be a sign that you're missing maybe some magnesium in your your diet or you're missing some salt. Now, I'm gonna share a book that was so incredibly helpful for me when I first got pregnant. It's called Real Food for Pregnancy, and I can't recommend it enough. I'll link it in the show notes below. But I hope this quick overview was helpful and helps you kind of nail down what foods are gonna be best for you. Everybody's a little bit different, and we're all gonna need different vitamins and minerals to really help support us depending on the foods that we're eating, depending on the supplements we're taking, depending on our lifestyle, our stress. And so don't be afraid to reach out to a functional medicine doctor where you can really get some tests done, some deeper tests than your normal doctor could do. And don't be afraid to play around with your diet. Try foods that you normally wouldn't, see how it goes, and don't be afraid to eat foods that you normally wouldn't. I know liver can be intimidating. I never ate liver growing up, and so I just started eating liver right before I got pregnant because I knew it was really important during pregnancy, and I still have a rough time with it sometimes. So just know that some of these foods maybe you didn't eat before, maybe you're not a huge vegetable fan and leafy greens don't sound very good. I have tons of recipes on my website to help you and hopefully get you eating some of these really important foods. I'm gonna link my blog post below that has about 40 healthy pregnancy recipes, but honestly, any of my recipes are very healthy on my site. These are just gonna be ones that are packed with nutrients like leafy greens, meat on the bone broth, and more. So hopefully you find that helpful and you get to eating some of these foods that are going to be so nourishing for you and your baby. If you like this video, give it a little like and don't forget to subscribe for more videos in the future. Next, I'm sharing a few other videos I think you might like, so stay tuned for that. I'm Juli Bauer Roth of PaleoMG. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.